Hey guys, Louie here, and today I'm doing my top 10 list of favorite bosses from Wizard101. I'll be judging them on their design, their battle, and their character. So without further ado, here is number 10. Belloc. Belloc's this businessman you meet in the Sook. He's talking to Rassic, and you think he's just gonna be another boss that gets in your way. He proves to be much more, though. With his raw cheat, he becomes quite an annoyance. It's not the hardest cheat on earth to get around, but if you don't know what's going on when you first enter, then you will get hurt. As for his character, he's not much of a character in Zafaria, besides being in that one part, but in Azteca, he becomes a full supporter of Morgan. You fight him at the start of Azteca, but even after beating him, he still thinks that he's better than you. He turns your Oracle Guide against you, and he steals the Crystal Skull. It's just becomes quite annoying. As for his design, he's just kind of an elephant in a suit. I know he's designed after Belloc from Indiana Jones, but it's just an elephant in a suit, really, when you think about it. The only reason that he's not higher on this list, though, is because I hate him. I know, you're supposed to hate bosses, but I just couldn't bring myself to put him any higher on this list. Plus, he has a few other flaws, but I won't get into that right now. But he truly does deserve the 10th place on my top 10. Number 9. Number 9 is Meowy RD. I know, a Marleybone boss. What is he doing here? But he's not just a Marleybone boss, he's Marleybone's final boss. When you arrive in Marleybone, you have to face the O'Leary gang. After beating Pops O'Leary, you think it's over, but you figure out that their whole scheme is to break somebody out of jail. Who are they breaking out of jail? Meowy RD. Now, he becomes quite a criminal, and really is after the same goal as Malastare, pretty much making him the Malastare of Marleybone. Not to mention he's the boss of Big Ben. Big Ben, at the time, was such a hard dungeon, or maybe not for you guys, but I know it was for me. And when I get to the top, it was just so satisfying to finally crush this ugly Mexican sewer rat. As for his design, pretty much, he's a Mexican sewer rat wearing a suit. As for his character, I guess as for his battle, he's really just a normal boss, normal myth boss. Although he does have a agony wraith helping him, which can get in the way. And solo him would probably be a little bit of a challenge. But altogether, Meowy RD is a good character and not a half bad boss. Number 8. Number 8 is Patamalius. Patamalius? You know what? I'm just gonna call him Potato. Potato is the second boss in the Trial of Spears. He's unlike the first boss, he's not as hard, and unlike the last boss, he's harder. He's just in the middle. His character, well, he's not really that much of a character, more of a test. As for his cheats, they're pretty charming. Get it? Charming because he says charm your way into my heart? Huh? No? Nobody? Okay, I'm sorry. But anyways, you have to put blades on to get past his shields. If you do that, he'll say, charm my way into your heart, and then his shields will break. As for his design, it's really amazing. He looks like a Celestian wearing this awesome cloak. He's got his cool moon staff. He's got this weird moon thing coming out of his head. It's really awesome. As for... There's one more thing that I like about him, though. There's this glitch that if you hit him, his head will bend back. It's hilarious, and it will stay like that until you hit him again. I've fought him many times, and that never fails to amuse. But Mr. Potato, if you had an easier name, maybe you'd be higher up on this list. Nah, just kidding. Number 7. Number 7 is the Coven. More specifically, the Coven you fight in that fortress. Now, the Coven starts wars, causes evil bands to attack cities and raid them, and they've really just been messing up your whole time in Grizzleheim. As for their design isn't that great. They all kind of look the same, different colors and different staffs. Although for their characters, they all have their own part in messing up your life in Grizzleheim. One kidnaps the leader of the town, one steals the runestone, and one even starts a full-out war. Once you defeat them, their leader disappears, and it seems that they're all but defeated. Unfortunately, it's not so. Number 6. Number 6 is the four brothers at the end in Ashkelon. Now, once the Coven is defeated in Ravenscar, you're asked to return to Grizzleheim to go to Wintertusk. Why would you go back there? The Coven's defeated and their power is broken. Well, you would be wrong, because Cole, one of the members of the Coven, has started to make a new Coven, and he's messing up Wintertusk. You meet these four brothers on the way that will give you these golden seals to stop his plan. They're not really full supporters of you. Most of them really don't like you that much. You have to do a few things for them, and then you think you're never going to see them again until you get to Nordry. Nordry tells you that this is not the last time you'll meet him. You meet them in Ashkelon, where they play fat people tag. This cheat is pretty good, and you can't even beat Sugri until you've gotten past it. As for their designs, they're pretty cool actually. They kind of fit with their areas, except for, well, Sugri. And as for their characters, like I said, they really just help you get your golden seals. But this boss battle will always have a place in my heart as being so charming. Number 5. Number 5 is Yakate. Yakate is the guy that shows up between the first confrontation with Belloc and the last one. He's really just kind of a counselor for the king that ends up being a traitor. He helps Morganth out, he sicks these bugs on you, and he steals a bag. You chase him for a few areas to finally confront him in this palace in Alto Alto. After defeating him, he leaves saying that his queen will avenge him. He then shows up in Xibalba, where he becomes the first boss. He doesn't cheat, but he is quite a good boss, being meth and having lots of health. And for his design, well, he kinda looks like a smoking mirror zombie. Except for he's brown, and he's got a knife, and he has eyeballs. So really he's nothing like a smoking mirror zombie. But, Yakate, you're a great boss, and you don't cheat, so that's the only reason that he's not higher up on this list, is that he doesn't have any cheats that make him stronger, and yeah. Number 4. Number 4 is Malastare the Undying. Now you probably saw him coming on this list, but maybe not at number 4. Now Malastare the Undying is a great boss. He's the last boss of Xibalba. His design is amazing. His battles are pretty cool. But the only reason that he's really not higher up is because he's invincible. I don't really find him that much of a boss fight, which is weird since I did put him on this list as the 4th best boss fight I've ever done. But he's great. You know Malastare, and having the surprise of him showing up again in the second arc was pretty nice. I hope that in the third arc, Morganth will do the same thing. As for his design, I mean, look at it. He's got these cool raven wings, skull mask, and he's really just amazing, but unfortunately he's invincible. Number 3. Number 3 is Ashjet. Another one with a hard name. Ashjet is the first boss in Charlotte Spears. Unlike Potato, he's harder. His cheat is probably better, and his design is amazing. Maybe not as cool as Potato's, but really. As for a character, he's the same. He's more of a test, but he's a better test than Potato was. I mean, just look at that mace. How is he just spinning that without even flicking his hand around? It's just spinning by itself. Not to mention he constantly summons down these enemies to attack you. I know they're not the strongest, but they do get in the way, and since he summons them so often, they really do become annoying. He would be a really strong boss if only his minions were stronger. Number 2. Number 2 is Morganth. Yes, you probably saw her showing up on this list too. But she's not number 1, well, because there's just one that's better than her. So Morganth, we all know who she is. We meet her in Celestia. We chase her through Zafaria. We chase her through Avalon. We chase her through Azteca and Chrysalis. She messes up Azteca, blows it up. She kills off Cece. She does a bunch of bad stuff, really. We hate her so much, and we chase her for so long, we just want her dead by the time we finally confront her in her Shadow Palace. As her boss battle herself, it's really amazing. She turns into a giant shadow spider, splits herself in four, and you have to fight 4 strong Morgans. I found this boss battle pretty hard. It wasn't, surprisingly, for a final boss, it wasn't the hardest boss I've ever faced in the game. But she's Morganth. She's gotta be somewhere on this list, right? So, as for her design, both designs are very cool. Like, first she's this kind of queen, the shadows with her staff and her robe and everything. And then she's this giant shadow spider with these amazing wings, and she's just really cool. I know people all hate how she died, but when you think about it, she used shadow magic, and when she fell through the glass, that was the backlash. It's really cool, and Morganth will always be one of my favorite bosses. Number 1. Now, number 1 is Ghostdog. What? Morganth's Warlord? Why is he number 1? Morganth should have been number 1. But Ghostdog is the final boss of the first part of Chrysalis. Now, I remember going to his fortress with Wolf. We both were climbing this place. We got to Ghostdog. We defeated him easily, and we're like, what? Was that all there was to Morganth's first warlord? He comes back, though. This time he has shadow magic. He almost beat me, and he was really powerful. As for his character, well, you know, I have to say, there's not much of a character there again. But, I mean, look at the guy. His design is amazing. Like, he's this kind of samurai dog. He's got this cool-ass hat. He's got this red belt, which isn't even a real karate belt. And it's really cool. As for his cheats, he summons up these minions. He's got shadow magic. And he's one of the first bosses to ever come back again. Or maybe he's the only one. But Ghostdog is just so amazing. I could go on and on about him, but I won't, because I gotta finish off this list soon. There's one more thing to say about him. I mean, look at that hat. Like, that hat is just so awesome, I probably put him in the first place here. And I guess that's all there is to my top 10 list. So don't forget to subscribe, comment, leave your top 10 list. I want to hear it. And like my video, and maybe I'll make more top 10 lists. Like maybe the top 10 worst bosses that I hate. Or maybe the most annoying. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe and like. I know I already said that, but goodbye.